Someone genuinely good comes into your life. They're patient, they're kind, they don't play games, they text back, they show up, and instead of feeling relieved, you feel terrified. You pull back, you find reasons it won't work. You go cold right when things start getting warm, or you just disappear. And then you're alone again, wondering what is wrong with you. Why can't you just let someone in? Here's what nobody tells you. You're not broken. You're not too damaged for love. Your brain has done something far more sophisticated than that. It learned. From every relationship that hurt you, it took notes. And now it's running a protection program so powerful, it can't tell the difference between someone who will hurt you and someone who won't. And once you understand how that program works, everything changes. There's a concept in attachment psychology called fear of intimacy, and it goes much deeper than simply being afraid of commitment. Psychologist Elaine Hatfield first described it in 1984 as a specific anxiety triggered not by the absence of connection, but by its presence. The closer someone gets, the more the fear activates. But why? John Bowlby, the father of attachment theory, spent decades showing that human beings are wired from birth to seek closeness. And when that closeness repeatedly leads to pain, the nervous system faces an impossible conflict. You need connection to survive. But connection has become the source of your deepest wounds. So your mind builds a wall, not out of coldness, out of memory. Think of it like a scar. When skin heals after a burn, it doesn't grow back the same. It grows back tougher, less sensitive, because that's how the body protects itself from being burned again. Relational trauma does the same thing to your emotional nervous system. The wall isn't a flaw. It was once your salvation. The problem is, it doesn't know when the fire is gone. Here's where the science gets almost uncomfortably accurate. Every painful relationship you've been through left a mark, not just emotionally, but neurologically. Your amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, stores emotional memories with extraordinary precision, a tone of voice, a certain kind of silence, the moment someone stops texting as much. According to neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux's research, the amygdala can trigger a full fear response before your conscious mind has even registered what's happening. And this is why you can feel your chest tighten when someone you barely know cancels plans. Your rational brain knows it's probably nothing. Your amygdala has already filed it under danger. At the same time, past relationship trauma disrupts the normal functioning of your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational assessment and emotional regulation. Research by Bessel van der Kolk shows that traumatic memory literally impairs our ability to evaluate new situations clearly. We don't see the new person in front of us. We see everyone who came before them, and your nervous system releases cortisol, the stress hormone, at even the hint of emotional vulnerability. Not because something bad is happening, because your body remembers the last time you felt this open, this hopeful, and what happened next. You didn't choose this. Your nervous system did. This creates patterns that look confusing from the outside and feel confusing from the inside, too. Maybe you self-sabotage. Things are going well, so you start a fight. You pick at flaws that don't really matter. You convince yourself they're not right for you before they get the chance to prove otherwise. Maybe you go emotionally numb. The feelings are there. You can almost see them, but they're behind glass. You want to connect, but something keeps switching you off. Or maybe you become hypervigilant. You read every message 3 times. You analyze their tone. You wait for the moment they show their real self, the one that will disappoint you. Because in your experience, that moment always comes. Psychologist Dan Siegel calls this blocking, a learned defensive strategy where the mind suppresses emotional information to avoid anticipated pain. You stop letting data in. You stop trusting your own ability to assess people, because the last time you trusted yourself, you got it wrong. This is what relational trauma looks like in daily life. Not dramatic, not obvious, just a quiet, persistent inability to believe that this time could be different. So what do you actually do with this? The answer is not simply make better choices. You can't think your way out of a nervous system pattern. That's like trying to logic your way out of a racing heartbeat. The first step is learning to recognize the alarm and question it. When you feel the urge to pull back, go cold, or find reasons to leave, pause. Ask yourself, is this danger? Or does this just feel familiar? That one question, practiced consistently, begins to create space between your past and your present. The second step is working with your nervous system, not against it. Talk therapy alone often isn't enough for relational trauma because the wound isn't just in your thoughts, it's in your body. Somatic experiencing, developed by Peter Levine, and EMDR therapy are both evidence-based approaches specifically designed to help the nervous system process and release stored fear responses. They help your amygdala update its records. The third step, and this is the hardest one, is tolerating small amounts of vulnerability on purpose. Not all at once, not recklessly, but intentionally allowing yourself to be seen a little by safe people and noticing that nothing catastrophic happens. Researcher Brené Brown's work shows that vulnerability tolerance is a skill, not a personality trait. It is built slowly through repeated low-risk experiences of being known and accepted. You may not be ready for a relationship right now. That's okay. What you can do is start building a nervous system that knows what safety feels like, so that when the right person shows up, your wall isn't the only thing that greets them. You didn't fail at relationships. You survived them. And the part of you that shut down, that pulled back, that built those walls, that part wasn't weak. It was doing everything it could to make sure you kept going. Now you get to teach it something new, not all at once, just one small act of trust at a time. If this spoke to something in you, subscribe. We go deep here every week, and leave a comment below.